Hello friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and apologies this video is a little late. Last night I wasn't feeling too well, and this morning I went for a COVID test, so now I'm home. I'm finally able to make you a video reviewing this week's Idle Heroes event, and this is exciting. It looks like on the horizon we have a brand new event coming next week, so we're definitely going to be checking that out, and as well, this week, Campaign Loot Drop is finally back, along with Wishing Fountain. And as well, even more big news, it sounds like Jara is going to be the next Transcendence hero, which means this Wishing Fountain could actually be very useful. So with all that said, guys, there's one thing I'd like to talk about before we get into today's video, and that's actually the two new individuals have decided to back me on Patreon. So a shout out to JC is Bored and Hayakan. Thank you to you two for supporting the content I make here. If you want to be like them and support the content I make, there's loads of ways you can help me out. You can subscribe on Twitch, you can donate with bits, and also, like our two friends here, you can back me on Patreon. So if you want to give that a try, check out the link up there or down below in the description and see if that's something you'd like to consider. Anyway guys, let's go check out this week's event. So because we have Campaign Loot Drop back finally, every day for logging in you're going to get 100 of this week's currency, and it's a Tanghulu, which is a yummy sweet, which I'm not quite sure what it works. If you guys know what this is, if you guys are in the Far East and you know what a Tanghulu is, let me know in the description, because I genuinely am curious. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty fun. Also, you get a Super Wishing Coin, which you can use in the Super Wishing Fountain. And on the topic of the Wishing Fountain, let's go take a look at my Wishing Fountain, see if I've got anyone good in there. Unimax? No. Let's refresh. Scary? Nope. But if you get a good hero that comes up, you can use those Super Wishing Coins, have a spin round, get some Prophet Orbs, maybe Heroic Scrolls, and if you're really lucky, you could get a copy of the hero that comes up. There is a slim chance they show up, but it's always worth spinning just in case you get them. For example, if you spun now, got Scary, you'd be gutted, because it could have been maybe an Ithaca, an Eloise, an Osuke. There's loads of heroes that can come up on here. So yeah, my encouragement would be wait for someone good, then spin, spin, spin. Anyway, there's been some pretty cool changes that's happened. They've added this brand new super value for the first recharge chest, which is actually pretty cool. So the first time you buy something, whether you're a new player or you've just, logged in and seen this and you're not sure what it means, basically, you get a chest, which gets you a copy of Horus, Inosuke, Cthulhu, or Garuda. So you get to pick one of these heroes. And I like this because Horus is a good first early E5 if you are forced to build him. Obviously, he wouldn't be my first choice. Same goes for Garuda. But the thing I really like here is that Horus and Unimax make good first 10 stars. Same for Cthulhu. So if you haven't seen, I made a video talking about my top 5 best first 10 stars. Go check that out. I'll link that up there if you haven't already seen that. But basically, I mentioned Horus and Unimax in that video, so it's nice to see them available for people that are early on, just starting off and getting some stuff, because that's what you got to think about this package. You could go, oh, 2 million gold's not much, 2 million spirits not much, these heroes aren't going to help me. Well, for new players who just want to spend a little bit of money and get something nice, this is actually pretty darn good. So that's a nice touch from DH Games. Definitely better than the earlier packages we've seen before for early players. So it's a good step in the right direction to make the game more accessible for new players. As well, Greydwarf's Blessing is still here. There you go, the annoying interface. I highly doubt they're going to change it. But if you haven't already had a chance to, go pick up some Resonance Armor to help your heroes, unless you're early game, because it does cost a lot of money. Don't forget, it's 200 million gold and 5,000 gems. So don't go crazy, don't go spending it all. You don't need the armor, unless you're at like late mid-game or late game, end game. So yeah, hold your horses. There's been a few people whose accounts I've been reviewing recently that have spent a ton of their golden gems on these things for them to then be unable to make progress in other areas of the game. So just be careful. It's not something you immediately need. Now, the value packages for this week. This is your standard stuff that comes with a Wishing Fountain and Campaign Loot Drop event. You get double the gems you'd normally expect for your money, which is awesome. So you're getting 10,000 for 500 VIP points. And also we're getting our normal 600 Tanghulus or whatever the currency is each week. And you're getting 150 Wishing Coins and 10 Prophet Orbs. Now this scales down depending on how much you're willing to spend, which of course is really good. And the reason you'd want to buy this is mainly for the Tanghulus, because the Tanghulus can be used in the Chinese restaurant to get some cool rewards. And finally, we have an artifact that is truly phenomenal, Demon Bell. Now, the great thing about Demon Bells is if you collect 7 or 8 of them, you can make a glittery Demon Bell and some radiant Demon Bells and use them on a team full of heroes so that the active skills are feeding energy into each other, because if you didn't know, an upgraded Demon Bell has the Energy Outburst ability, which feeds energy into your team, which is phenomenal. So in its normal form in glittery, it gives 10 energy with a 50% chance of giving 10 more. When it's radiant, it guarantees 20 energy. And then when it's splendid, it gives 20 energy plus a 50% chance to give 10. Now, in the early stages of a fight, heroes already have 50 energy, so what you want is 2 radiant ones to give 20 and then 20, and then a glittery one to give 10. It can be done with 2 glitteries and a radiant, but you need one of the glitteries to get that 50% chance to give an extra 10. So the big recommendation is for you to use 8 demon bells, but it is manageable with 7. So yeah, it's nice that we can get demon bell. As well, we have Forcus. An okay hero. I don't really want to encourage you guys to pick him up because he's mainly used in PvP. If you know you want a Forcus, then sure, but really, getting a Forcus from this doesn't seem like a good idea because light and dark chests are fairly okay to obtain, and especially if you're a spender, it's much easier to get light and dark chests than other people, and you kind of do need to spend a bit of money to get this Forcus copy because there's no way a free-to-play player is getting 3,100. Here, like a general idea for what free-to-play players should be getting is around 2,300, 2,400 of these Tang Hulus. So you won't even be able to get Flora, and again, I wouldn't go spending to get Flora. The big thing you want to be picking up is this Unimax copy. Now this again leads into what I was saying before. An early player that starts this week can pick up Unimax this week from there, and also get a Unimax from the super value first recharge chest. So for a new player, actually they could pick themselves up 2 copies of Unimax very easily. Likelihood is they'll give him away in Shelter as well, so early players, this might be a good time to pick up Unimaxes to get that as your first 10-star. Not a good first E5, but as a first 10-star, he can hold his own. As well, we have a Michelle skin. Looks awesome, but generally isn't worth the 1,500. The main thing you want to go for is Prophet Orbs or Heroic Summon Scrolls. That's if you don't want to get anything else up here. Now, that's mainly because we have Anniversary coming up, and it's likely going to have a Heroic Summons component and a Prophet Orb component. Now, for me personally, I'm actually going to go for Heroic Summon Scrolls because I already have a ton of Prophet Orbs. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not going to do that. I have 1,400 Universal Crystals. I'm going to get a Demon Bell, and it's not going to cost me anything because I have Universal Crystals. So one cool thing you guys can do is just save and save and save and save your Universal Crystals because finally you'll get to a point where you can use them like I'm about to pick up a really nice artifact. And that Demon Bell is going to be awesome. So yeah, with that out the way, let's take a look at the Wishing Fountain event. Now this is a nice way to get your hands on Prophet Orbs and Super Wishing Coins, but what's really special is every time you do 300 spins on the Wishing Fountain this week, you're going to get yourselves a copy of Jara and 5 Glorious Relics. Now a lot of us have been stockpiling our Wishing Coins because they haven't given this event in ages, and with Jara being the new Transcendence hero, this is really interesting for a lot of people that don't have copies of Jara. Now if I go show you my bag and show you how many copies of Jara I'm sitting on, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I already have quite a few. And if I go to the bag itself, how many more Jaras are in here? Let's see. Yeah, look, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm fine for Jara copies. But there's a lot of people that haven't been playing this game for as long as I have that don't hoard elite hero copies like I do. Like, look, I've even got Gustins here, and I've fed a Gustin off before. So, you know, I do like to keep copies of elite heroes around just in case they become relevant. It's a habit that I have. And for those of you that don't have that habit, for those of you that don't go stockpiling copies of heroes, it's good that Jara is available in the Wishing Fountain. This is really good. So if you were thinking about making Jara your Transcendence hero, this is a great way of getting copies of it. Now, we don't know what her stats are going to be. We don't know what her abilities are going to be. But when she finally does come out, I'll try to build her for you guys and use her alongside my queen and show you how good she is. Now, I was originally going to go for Asmodel, but I mean, Jara's just cool, and I really love the Shadow faction. Jara was actually my first E3 hero, would you believe, back in the day. Only when E3 was the highest you could go to. So there is a soft spot in my heart for Jara. And in fact, an E3 Jara got me to hell in Aspen Dungeon, which was pretty cool. So there's a lot I love about Jara, and I think it's really cool that she's going to be the new Transcendence hero. And the final part of this event is the Moonlight Gift. Now, this is one of those VIP spendy-wendy events. You get rewarded for spending money, and that money that you spend will get you cool rewards. So, for 250 VIP XP gained, you'll get 30 Glorious Relics, and a chest here that includes Fiona. So it's every single 5-star that is non-light and dark in the game available here. Now, obviously, you want to be using this to get good copies of heroes like Tix, Fiona, Eloise, people like that, rather than picking up Lutz or Dominator. Please do not pull those heroes from this chest. It's a complete waste. I know Bade's funny, but just don't. No, please. Just don't do it. If you get 5,000 VIP experience, and that's equivalent to $100, you'll get 40 glorious relics, as well as what you got earlier, and you'll get a light and dark selection chest. So there you go, there's a copy of Forcus you can pick up this week if you wanted to. Drake, Russell, Carry, they're also in here, so is Amun-Ra. Now, I would encourage a lot of people that actually Drake, Carry, Amun-Ra are the better choices here, but I know for some of you, you might want to build Forcus, and that's totally okay, because he's good in PvP. He has a usefulness, he's a strong hero, especially when you void enable him, so yeah, it's okay to go for Forcus too. So there's a good selection of heroes in here. Pick it up if you want. And finally, 7,500 VIP experience, which is $150, will get you another 80 glorious relics and a mysterious artifact selection chest. Now, what does that tell us? It tells us that DH Games are revaluing things. If you didn't realize, basically Idle Heroes runs on a stock market of established value. So to explain to you what that means in real terms, is the game developers will have a price that something is worth, usually in gems. Now, this price is fixed and static, and it makes them have an established value or an RRP, or recommended retail price, of how much these things are worth. But as the game gets older and more things enter the market and they give items more frequently, it decreases the value of their value packages because people have been playing for longer and therefore the novelty wears off, or people have already got the 8 demon bells they need so they don't need another one, for example, or people have already got the Splendid Augustus Magic Ball so they're less tempted to go for mysterious artifact chests. Now, therefore, it seems that DH Games, using that stock market mentality, have realized that the value of some things is decreasing, and that is reflected now in this VIP event. It's $150 for a mysterious artifact chest. Now, the usual going rate for mysterious artifacts ages ago, I think, was about $250. Then it reduced to $200, and that was the standard price for quite some time. And now it seems with this event, they're saying it's $150. So that's either this is on sale and you're getting it for 25% off, or this is now the new price and the new going rate, and we should only pick up artifacts when they're available for this price. So that actually means this game is now cheaper, hopefully, if they continue with this trend, because $150 for an artifact is cheaper than $200. That's just how maths works. So am I going to tell you this is a good deal? Yes, it's better than it's been in the past, but I think it's also a reflection of where DH Games are now focusing their attention to what is valuable and what isn't valuable, and how actually the cost of things in this game, I think, is going to begin to reduce, or you're going to get more things for your money. If you haven't noticed, they've been increasing the amount of rewards you get from value packages over the last few months, so it's only natural that they make a mysterious artifact chest cheaper. This works great for us and means that we get more things for our money, so as spenders in this game, as consumers, the market is only going to work in our favor, so this is really good. And on markets working in our favor, guys, let's take a look at next week's event. Now, the reason I used that as the setup is because we have a new event that we've never seen before. It could be amazing. It could be mind-blowing. Either way, last time they released a new event, it was Imp's Adventure. And that gave us frequent supplies of 6-star puppets and 5-star selection chests, and light and dark selection chests if you wanted to spend a bit, and even if you want to spend a bit more, you can get 9-star puppets. The whole point is that Imp's Adventure gives tons more rewards than any other event in the game. Therefore, with a new event on the horizon, Treasure Hunter's Labyrinth is potentially going to be as good, if not better value, than Imp's Adventure, just because of how the trend of the game design works. They want to keep giving us more stuff so that we continue playing and we feel like we're getting rewarded for our longevity and investment in the game. If a game continues to reward you the same thing over and over again, the reward centers in your brain and the way you work psychologically in the game is being denied. For example, if you look at the attitudes that people have towards Christmas and anniversary events, it used to be that they were giving light and dark heroes, and therefore that was the reason to spend your scrolls. Now that attitude has changed, and people are thinking, okay, I don't even care about the new light and dark hero because Transcendence heroes are the new best heroes. All I care about is getting artifacts and other extra rewards. So if you ever see Reddit when a Christmas event comes out or anniversary comes out, that's the attitude that people have. It's the, oh, I don't forget the fact that Forcus has come out, or forget this Tussalago. I just want cool artifacts. And therefore, a lot of people use their stuff during Chinese New Year because the rewards were really good, even though the hero sucked. So that's just something to bear in mind. The real value of what's in people's mind is the bonus rewards. So I imagine that Treasure Hunter's Labyrinth is going to give some amazing things. We'll just have to wait and see next week, but it really does look, just by the fact that it is a new event, it does look like it's going to be something great. Now, the sad thing is Mysterious Chests also got pushed back and delayed, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, that Focus copy is waiting. And again, the fact that you're getting Focus from this as well, it really makes no sense to pick up Focus from this event. But hey, there you go. That's probably going to cost you about 6,000, maybe 8,000 gems. We'll have to wait and see, but that's also going to give you guild coins and glorious relics. And glorious relics are phenomenal for the glorious boost, which is where we'll be able to get some nice artifacts for 400 relics. This is the best thing in the game to spend your glorious relics on, because you get these artifacts and then you can use them in the Ormus workshop to make better versions of themselves, like Radiant or Glittery Demon Bells or Splendid Augustus Magic Balls, that kind of thing, to make your team perform at its highest. And that's going to help you in every game mode. So trust me, guys, when I say that's what you have to use your relics for, and it's good that this event's coming next week, because obviously Glorious Boost is a lot of fun. And I think this is a sign that DH Games are no longer going to give us a 4-event calendar. I think we're going to have a 5-event calendar, which means every time between events is going to be 5 weeks. That gives us an extra week to save Prophet Orbs, an extra week to save Heroic Summons, and it means, inevitably, in the long term, there are going to be less new heroes released to the game. Now, in my opinion, that's a good thing, because it gives the meta more time to establish itself, and it gives free-to-play players more time to save their resources to cash in on events. And it also feels like we're not being bombarded constantly by the same events over and over again, which it has felt like, because they removed Campaign Loot Drop and Wishing Fountain, it literally has felt like it was just Prophet Orbs, Heroic Summon, Imps Adventure, Prophet Orbs, Heroic Summon, Imps Adventure, and that gets old fast. So it's good that they're adding a new event. I think it's going to be really refreshing for the game, and it shows us that Idle Heroes still has a great place to go, lots of stuff ready in the future, and yeah, with new Transcendence heroes on the way, I imagine things are only going to get better for this game. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you want to help support the content I make here, consider subscribing on Twitch or backing me on Patreon. There's links down below in the description for all of that. But either way, your support here, just watching on YouTube, is welcome as well. So thank you so much again, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know what you think about this event or maybe next week's event in the comments section down below. See you next time, guys. Have a great week, and happy idling.